Hello, Doc.
Hello, Dick.
We haven't seen you in ages. Business must be thriving.
Unfortunately.
Well, can you beat that? The man complains because business is good.
David's opened a clinic on the east side.
Oh, I see. The free list. Well, no wonder business is good.
He's been telling me about his work. I'm ashamed to be well off.
I just couldn't stand that sort of thing. Poverty is so depressing.
So I've heard.
Well, come along, you two. Get into your clothes, and I'll give you some tea.
Tea.
Well, something to warm you up.
Fine. See you later. Put your hands over your head. Now lean over.
Gee, I'm scared.
Go ahead. Now jump. Now.
You got all the witnesses? Fine. And they know just what to say? Well, see that they have it packed. I don't want the DA to get them all balled up and make them forget their lines.
Now listen, Adolf, don't get in my way.
Yes, sir.
I want to see the big shot.
I beg your pardon.
The boss. I got a date with him.
What name shall I say?
You tell him that Jake Barnheim, sidekick of... Howdy, Chief.
It's all right, Doc. Come in, Jake.
Dodson. Say, I always thought them eggs' name was Archduke or Marmalade or something.
Only in the movies. Sit down.
You sure don't stint yourself none. Well, why should you? You collect fat fees.
Well, why not? It's no sense keeping you guys out of the pen.
Here's Louis' cut. Say, you're sure there won't be any slip-up?
If you're worried about that, why did you engage me?
Oh, now, don't get burned up. If anyone can keep him off the hot seat, you can. But Louis in a pretty tough spot.
Well, I've seen him in worse.
Yeah, I guess you have. Say, I bet I could knock my mother off on the corner of 42nd and Broadway, and you'd make the jury believe I was in Albany.
Well, don't try it, Jake.
No chance. I'm an orphan.
Jim,
Yes, sir.
some of the guests are leaving. Could you come out?
Why, yes, of course. I'm all through. See you tomorrow, Jake.
Huh? Okay.
So long. So long.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Who in the world is that?
That's Jake Barnheim, one of Louis Joe's boys. See what he brought? $5,000.
$5,000? Give it back to him.
What?
Withdraw from the case, Jim. Don't defend him. You know he's guilty.
Why, I couldn't do that. The trial starts tomorrow. I couldn't withdraw now.
Could plead illness.
Oh, I could never do that. They'd think I had turned yellow, that I couldn't win.
You wouldn't win. If he's set free, he'll only continue his...
Life of crime, no doubt. But then, after all, the Star-Spangled Banner, and I never could remember the words. Come along, dear. Now, didn't you say something about speeding the departing guests? Come on, dear. Why don't you let me have Stevens drive you back to town, Dave?
Oh, thanks just the same, Jim, but I'd rather walk to the station. The fresh air will do me good.
Well, all right. Suit yourself.
Goodbye, Ida.
Goodbye, David.
Don't forget.
I won't.
Goodbye, Jim. Glad to see you again.
So long, Dave. What's Dave trying to do? Date you up or something?
He's asked me to come down and look over his clinic.
Oh, I see. Poor old Dave.
Why poor?
Well, just look what he missed when you promised to love, honor, and obey me. Hey! Wait a minute.
one, isn't it?
Well, I've earned it, dear.
Yes, it is. We've got just about everything, except self-respect.
Isn't that a little rough?
I've tried in every other way to make you understand. Can't you see what you're doing to yourself since you become the defender of this riffraff? You're growing like them. Hard, ruthless. You do love me, don't you?
Now, you know the answer to that. More than anything else in the world.
Then prove it. Give up this case. Start over again.
And while I'm starting over? No, thank you.
All right, Jim. Only I can't go on this way. You'll have to choose between this career of yours and me.
Iris.
I mean it. I haven't stopped loving you. I never will. But I won't live any longer on gangsters' money.
My distinguished colleague, the district attorney, has repeatedly attempted to introduce into the testimony various accusations, which he has omitted to prove, against the moral conduct of the accused. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are not here to pass judgment on the defendant's past demeanor. You are here to pass judgment on the present. You've heard the testimony of 3 disinterested and respected citizens. These witnesses certainly would not risk perjuring themselves for a man they do not know, but whom they have conclusively identified. The witness, William Means, has testified that the defendant entered his cigar store at 135th Street at 10 o'clock on the night of June the 17th, the exact hour when Michael Stransky met his death. Mrs. Means likewise saw him at a spot, mind you, some 3 miles from where the murder actually took place. True, during the World War, cannon were employed that hurled their deadly message some 75 miles. But you must admit that the defendant would have found such a weapon somewhat cumbersome. Now we have the further testimony of one Daniel Jenks, the taxi driver, who drove the defendant not toward the scene of the crime, but in the opposite direction. I can rely upon your intelligence and need say no more. Thank you. Iris! Iris!
Hello, Dodson. Where's Mrs. Markey?
Mrs. Markey is not at home, sir.
Where'd she go?
She didn't say, sir.
Did she mention when she'd be back?
Why, no, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. It's I, David.
What on earth are you doing down here at this time of night? Has something happened?
I've left Jim.
Well, if you feel this way about it, Iris, why did you do it?
Well, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't go on any longer. So I left. I'm stopping at the Netherlands. I just moved in and came down to see you first thing.
I see. But...
David, let me help you with your work. I'd probably not be of much use, but I could help you financially, and I'd try not to get in the way.
You'd never be in the way, Iris. You know that.
And you do need money. Clinics always do.
Yes, we need money, all right. Even gangsters' money.
It's not Jim's money. It's mine. Money that was left me.
Well, let's not talk about money. It will be pleasant to have you around, Iris. Very pleasant.
All right, David. I'll be down first thing in the morning.
That'll be fine.
Louis, how does it feel to be out again? Great. I'm going to write a letter to the papers complaining about the accommodations down in that dump.
What's the matter? Wouldn't they let you have your morning tub?
Oh, excuse me, fellas.
Sure.
Say, it's great to see you. I didn't get half a chance to thank you. Forget it. Well, you'll have a drink with me anyway. With anybody. I'm not particular. Come on, sit down.
Howdy, Mr. Markey.
Hey, fellas, I want you to meet the greatest little guy in the world. If you ever get in a jam, just call on him. Is that right, Mr. Markey?
All right.
Here, come on, sit down.
Glad to know you.
Say, Fred, I want you to let Mr. Markey have anything he wants. It's on the house tonight, do you understand?
Yes, sir. I hope you've got a good supply, Lou.
Good supply and good liquor. And any pal of mine can have anything I got.
Scotch. And, bring the bottle.
Hey, say, get some of that stuff of mine, you know.
You know, that was quite a session I had today for this bird.
Mr. Markey's office. No, he isn't in. I'm sorry, he didn't leave any word. Mr. Markey's office. No, he isn't. I'll see that he gets your message the moment he comes in.
Hey, what's the big idea? I've been phoning this joint all day, and all I get is, Mr. Markey's not in.
Well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Markey's been very busy.
Doing what? Besides lapping up booze down at Louis.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't try to alibi, girlie. I've thrown a lot of business his way, and I don't intend to get the runaround.
But I'll tell Mr. Markey.
Yeah. Tell him this, too. Unless I see him by tomorrow afternoon, I get another lawyer. See?
Mr. Markey's office. No, he isn't in. No, I don't know where he is. Say, Harvey.
Go on, Spring.
Lonesome?
Not.
Well, everyone to their taste. So you haven't got your red, have you? Gee, a walking jewelry store. You ain't by any chance a crook, are you?
It was bought with Crook's money.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't worry. It's mine, all right.
For your girl? Say, what are you doing?
Just give you a little present, that's all.
Yeah, but you said for your girl.
She didn't like the kind of money that paid for it. I hope you're not so particular.
Gee, you must be tight.
Yeah, I've been tight for several months.
Well, thanks. I think you're a hot number.
Let me alone.
Popcorn? Popcorn, Eddie? Popcorn, mister. Popcorn? Popcorn? Peanuts? 5 cents a packet. Only 5 cents a packet. Popcorn? Popcorn, 5 cents a packet. That's 10 cents. 5 crackers. 5 crackers. Popcorn, peanuts.
Davy, there'll be another load in the morning and one every day for a month.
Now, look here, young woman. Don't you take on too much.
But I'm not tired.
No, but your pocket must be.
I don't know of a better way of spending the money.
Happy, eh?
Maybe not happy, but at peace. I believe that's better. And we're doing something here.
We. I like that, we.
I like it too, Davy. Only... Is everything unloaded?
Everything's in. They're just bringing the last load.
Oh, fine. That's great.
White Rock and some of Louis' best.
Yes, sir. How do you do? I'm glad you come up.
Look, isn't that the man who was all over the front pages some time ago? Bigamy or robbery or something?
Just murder.
Oh, my dear, how perfectly quaint. You mean to say we're slumming?
More or less.
They don't look a bit depraved. I'm terribly disappointed. They're quite ordinary, just like us.
It might add to your pleasure to know that most of the men in here carry something on their hips besides flasks.
What?
Rods, gats, guns.
Oh, my dear, isn't that just too cute?
If you want to see a bit of local color, look at there.
Waiter! 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 Service here!
Isn't he disgusting? I shouldn't think they'd allow him here.
You were just complaining that the others were too respectable.
Oh, but I prefer them clean.
Yeah? Sin deluxe, as it were.
Waiter! I want some service.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute.
Well, I said I'm awfully sorry. I know you. Sure I do. You don't remember me, do you? Oh, God,
Come on. Get back where you belong.
Where I belong?
Yes, how to sock you for insulting this lady.
Well, why don't you?
Oh, you're too
Well,
drunk.
come on. Why don't you?
Hey, what's the idea? I'm sorry, Dave. That's too bad.
Well, why do you serve a person like that in here? He's ruined my dress.
I'm sorry to have occurred. Let me seat you at another table where I'm sure you won't be bothered.
I should say not. Come on, let's get out of here.
Please.
Well, you wanted to see life.
Yes, but I don't care to have a $300 doll. No, darling, if you must touch it.
All right, we'll try another place.
What's the idea, huh?
I'm awfully sorry. Awfully sorry, old pal. Waiter! Waiter! I don't see why I can't get some service around here.
You pay your bill and get out. And get out and stay out. You get me?
Why not? Your liquor's getting worse all the time. I'll go somewhere where I'll be appreciated. Now, what do you think of that? I'm clean.
Yeah? You got a nerve.
Say, Louis, just one more little snifter before I go.
I'm not running a charity joint. Scram.
Give a pal anything he had, huh? Say, you wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for me. You dirty crook.
Jake!
I saved your life, you killer. Have you forgotten that? And I lost everything I had just to save your rotten hide. I saved your life. You hear? When I knew all the time you were guilty. You were guilty, do you hear? Guilty!
Just another drunk, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't amount to anything.
Hey, get out of there!
How's business, Tony?
Okay, Chuck. Peanuts, mister? Popcorn. Also, we'll have the vegetables. What? I think this is about taking care of everybody, isn't it?
Thanks very much. What's your name? Oh, you thank you so much. Your name, please?
Mrs. Jones.
Let's see now.
Well, the address, please.
328 Pole Street.
I see. There you are.
So much.
Hello, Chuck.
Hello yourself.
Well, what would you like?
Oh, nothing. The old man's got an elegant job now. We don't need no more free chow.
Really? An elegant job. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, if you don't want anything, what are you here for?
Oh, I just like to see how the other half lives.
Good boy, Chubby.
Never thought I'd come down to drinking milk and like it. As long as they don't give out any free liquor, we gotta make the best of it.
You mean to say they give that away free?
Sure thing. Over at the clinic. They're handing out provisions for the families of the unemployed.
Are you one of the unemployed?
I say I am. Hey, why don't you grab yourself a handout? You look like you need it.
Yes, I guess I do.
It's right around the corner. You can't miss it. What's the matter? You expect them to bring it to you?
No, not exactly. Thanks for the tip.
Okay, Bo.
Very nice column, lady. They're 15 cents a bunch. 15 popcorn, mister. Popcorn. Popcorn, lady. 15 cents a bunch. What is your name? Mrs. Hall. Yeah. And your address?
Thank you very much. I need some more. Sorry I just kept you waiting.
Hello, Jamie. How's your mother today, dear? She's better, thank you, Miss Markey.
Oh, that's fine. I'll try to get over and see you later.
Popcorn, lady. Popcorn.
Hello, Janet.
Hello.
I have your plate for you.
Popcorn, mister. Popcorn. Popcorn, lady. Fine, thank you. Popcorn. 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 Apple.
Steady there, Bo. You lean on me, I'll help you.
Hey.
Say, you're not cockeyed. I thought you was the way you was weaving around. Are you sick?
I guess it was something I ate.
Are you sure it wasn't something you didn't eat?
Maybe that's it.
I know. I've known the time when I thought my belly was buttoned to my backbone. Listen, if you think your pins will hold you up, let's beat it over to my old man. He's got an elegant job.
That's so.
Washing dishes in a hash house. He flips me all the grub I can hold. And when he finds out you're a pal of mine, he'll be glad to give you a hand out.
Well, there's no reason why I should impose on your father's hospitality.
Huh?
I mean, there's no reason why your father should be nice to me.
Well, we gotta give the other guy a break. Maybe someday you'll be on the up and up. We'll have to come for a lift.
That's right. What's your name?
Chuck, what's yours?
Jim.
Put her there, Jim. You think you'll be able to walk? It ain't far.
I'm all right.
Come on.
Say, you ain't the regular run of panhandlers, are you?
No? Well, I suppose every strata of society has its diverging types.
Oh, don't mind him, Pop. He talks that way sometimes.
I suppose I should have said there are bums and bums.
Yeah? You're educated, ain't you?
Yes, I suppose so.
Always wanted to...
Yay, Pop.
You sure are on your uppers, ain't you?
To put it mildly, yes.
I could slip you a hand out regularly if you do something for me.
Yes?
Kind of keep your eye on the kid during vacation. Boy, he's running around loose. And I wouldn't ask everybody, but I thought it might be good for him to stick around for you for a while.
Well, I think I'd like it. That boy of yours is a mighty fine youngster.
Yeah. That's why I don't want him to get into the bad gang. There's plenty of like to get hold of a good, clean kid like him and kid him along about the easy money and, well, you know the rest.
Yes, I'm beginning to.
Yeah, they get 'em young for their rotten business, and they finish 'em young.
All set, Pop.
Yeah. So you got any place to bunk tonight?
No.
Well, you can flop here with Chub. I come in late, and I usually flop on the couch so as not to wake him up.
Well, that's mighty fine of you, Dennis.
That's business. It's just business. Say, a friend here is going to stay with us for a while.
That's swell.
You take him up to the place and fix him up.
Sure. Come on, old sot. So long, Pop.
So long.
Here we are, old kid. I'll have you looking decent in 2 shakes.
First you feed me, now do you mean to tell me you're going to clothe me?
That's it.
You must be Aladdin.
Come on, sit down.
Thanks, Guppy.
Say, who was this guy, Aladdin?
Well, Aladdin was a gentleman who had a lamp.
He must have been awfully poor. We got gas and electricity here.
Well, on the contrary, he was very wealthy. He could have anything he wanted by just rubbing the lamp.
You don't believe all that hooey, do you, Jim?
Well, I believed it all my life.
Well, come on, strip off.
Strip off.
I'm sure you don't expect me to wash your clothes with you in them, do you?
Well, I don't expect you to wash them at all.
Oh, well, that's all right. I wash Pop's things for him all the time. Well, come on, get it going, get it going.
Well, all right, if you say so.
Good, Mrs. Breeze. Goodbye, Janie. You let us know if your mother gets worse, won't you, dear?
Yes, ma'am. Goodbye, Mrs. Markey.
Goodbye, dear.
Oh, wait a moment. This way down.
This is where the little boy lives.
Oh, I see. You abode at the Great Lover, eh?
That's it.
Oh,
Hello, Chubb. We were in the neighborhood and thought we'd drop in to see you.
that's swell. Only my boyfriend's in there. Well, he ain't dressed, and I guess he wouldn't like you to see him raw.
I understand. We'll come some other time when your friend can receive us.
Sure.
Goodbye, dear.
Bye. Bye. Golly, but she's pretty.
You're right.
Dirty murderers. Get this. The death car sped northward according to the terrified spectators who are unable to ascertain the number of the car. I don't need any number of the car to tell me whose car it was. The death car. They make things sound real nice in the papers, don't they? We'll just have to return Spike Hennessy's courtesy the same way.
How about that job you went down to see about today? You think you're going to get it?
I may.
though I haven't had much experience along that line.
And you ain't had much experience along this line neither.
Either, Chubby.
Either. Anyway, the inside gets wet just the same as the outside. You never thought about that, did you?
George.
Oh, come on. Give me the towel. Come on, you sit down. I can do this job lots faster.
Oh, I won't let you do
You
that.
got it. Come on. Your dogs must be pretty sore after hooking it uptown.
You're spoiling me.
Somebody's got to look after you. You're the helplessest guy I ever saw.
The what?
Helplessest.
Most helpless.
Anyway, I never saw a smart guy could be so dumb. And say, what is this job about anyway?
Construction gang. Up country away. Uh-huh.
Oh, gosh.
If I go, I'm going to miss you a lot, Chubby.
But I never thought about you going away.
I'll never forget what you've done for me, Chubby. And someday, I hope I'll be able to repay you.
But maybe you don't get the job. But at least I hope you don't.
Oh, Chubby, I've got to go to work. I can't be sponging on you and your dad all the time.
I don't want you to go, Jim. Please, don't go.
You're sure they're coming by this way?
Sure. They always come this way. Look, there they come now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let him have it. Boy.
Chub. It's Jim.
Dumbest egg for a smart guy. You won't go away and leave me, Jim. Please don't go away.
No, old pal. I won't.
You need somebody to take care of you. Helpless. Help me.
Chubby. Kid.
There's nothing to be done.
Jim.
I killed him, Dave. I killed him, I
Put
think.
yourself together, old man.
I'm a murderer as much as they are. I set them free to kill little children in the streets. Why couldn't they have gotten me? That would have been justice. Dave, you won't tell Iris about me.
She hasn't forgotten you, Jim.
It would have been better if she had.
No, Jim. No.
All right. Send him in.
How do you do, Mr. District Attorney?
Well, Marty.
Thank you for seeing me. I shan't waste your time. You'd like to get the gang that murdered little Chubby Dennis, wouldn't you?
Certainly. Have a chair, Marty. What do you know about it?
I know who they are. And I'll help you make the arrest on one condition.
Yes?
That you appoint me special prosecutor.
You, eh?
My brains aren't as threadbare as my clothes.
But you've always gone in for the other side.
Yes. I've always defended the skunks. That's why I'm in a position to draw them out of their holes.
This is a job I've got to do, or I'll never be able to look myself in the face again. I can help you rid the city of this scum. How about it?
Who are they, Marty?
You'll know when we get them into headquarters. There won't be any slip-up. I can identify them. I was there. Well?
If those are your terms, all right.
Thank you, Stanley.
Well, what can I do for you?
It's the other way around, Lou. I want to talk to you privately.
Yeah? All right. Come on. Hey, you. Scram.
You're in a jam, Lou.
Yeah?
Yeah. About shooting down that little kid. You know what public sentiment is when it's aroused.
Sure. From the way the newspapers are squawking, you'd think we popped off a president.
Well, they're demanding action.
I've just had a tip-off from the DA's office that there's going to be an arrest made. Soon.
And they picked me to be the goat. Is that it? Well, they can't pin a thing on me.
Well, they're going to try, Lou.
Hey, waiter.
Everybody knows you were out gunning for that Hennessy bunch. And they've picked up some witnesses who've testified to seeing you get into the murder car.
Witnesses, eh? Well, I guess we can dig up a few witnesses of our own. We'll testify I was up in Yonkers.
Well, that's been done.
Say, what's all this got to do with you?
Well, I haven't been disbarred. You saved your hide for you once.
Oh, I get you. Out for little business, eh?
You're going to need brains to get out of this mess.
I'm not so sure I want brains that have been cooked in alcohol.
Now, don't let that worry you. Why, I haven't touched the stuff in months.
Well, if I need a lawyer, I'll let you know.
You're going to need one sooner than you think. Why don't you give me the lowdown now? It's easier than talking in jail. Besides, I can work faster.
What do you want to know?
Exactly what happened. Give me the lowdown.
The whole thing was an accident. I never even seen the brat. Never even know we got him until I read about it in the newspapers. Wouldn't be having the kids run around the street anyway.
There's just one thing I can't get straight, Lou. Why didn't you have one of your mob handle this job?
After what they done to my pal Ricky, I want to get him personal. I was mighty fond of Ricky. I guess I'm just sentimental that way.
Sure. I know just how you feel. Now, about witnesses. Any of your boys smart enough to remember what they're told?
Yeah. I got a new boy. Been running trucks for me. No record. Never even been mugged.
I'd like to talk to him.
I think he's around now. Hey, is Rusty Dugan around? Send him in. I picked him up at a service station out on the post road.
Was he there when the thing happened?
Come in.
You want me, boss?
Yeah, come in. Lock the door. Rusty, I want you to meet Mr. Markey.
Hi.
We got a little job for you. It'll net you $1,000 on the side.
Yeah? What is it?
Sit down. You're going to be a witness. You're going to testify that on April the 17th, I drove into the service station out on the post road, and you sold me 10 gallons of gas. You get that?
Yeah.
Say, you better give him a reason why he should remember it was the 17th.
It was your birthday. No. It was your old lady's birthday. And I give you $1 tip, and you went and bought her a bunch of flowers with it. Them saps on the jury will fall for that kind of mush, huh?
The jury will love that.
Gee, that's an easy way to make $1,000. Say, when do I collect?
I'll slip you 500 now. Here's 5 right.
Okay. Anything else, boss?
Not now. Mr. Markey will let you know when the time comes.
Right. So long.
So long.
Say, Lou, while we're on the subject, how about a little retainer?
Well, I'm clean right now.
Well, you've got a night bank down the street?
Sure.
Let's run over there and straighten it out.
Always thinking of the dough, eh, Markey?
Well, I'm not in this racket for my health, you know.
All right. Come on. Kind of different from the last time you was in here. I didn't mean to be rough with you. But you know, old pal, business is business, you know. Yeah?
I know, Lou. And
to see you, Louis. Fine work, Mr. Markey. I was afraid something might go wrong.
a frame-up. Sure. And I framed it. Just remember that when you're sweating in jail.
You double-crossed! Look!
Next, you guys. Hold it.
I'll get you for this.
You'll never get anybody again. Come on.
Looks to me like Marky lost his punch. Wonder how he feels having another lawyer making a monkey out of him.
Something tells me he's only marking time. He's waiting to frame something.
Yeah, I'd like to see him stage a comeback, but I don't know. Circle 7,000. Hey, you didn't want this, did you?
No. Just waiting for a streetcar.
City desk. Oh, hello, Chief. This is West covering the Louis Joe trial. Highlight of the morning session. Prosecutor Markey takes a stand as an eyewitness to the shooting. Identifies the man as seen in the death car. The accused, yeah. And get this. Markey was the only witness that didn't fall apart under the cross-examination. Sure, Louis' lawyer had the rest of them believing that the guy in the death car was a little short, stout, fat man with a lot of pink whiskers. Sure. That's all. Yours.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That's all. If the court please, I wish to introduce a piece of evidence, Exhibit C. It's a disc record, Your Honor. Before the defendant's arrest, I conversed with him. He was not aware that while we talked, two men in a sound recording truck some distance down the back street were busily engaged in what is known as cutting a wax. The sound system was connected with a dictograph in the office of the accused. I wish to offer this record in evidence.
What do you want to know?
The whole thing.
Well, the whole thing was an accident. I never even seen the brat. But didn't even know we got him. Till I read about it in the papers. People ought to know better than having a chick run around the street anyway.
One thing I haven't gotten straight. Why didn't you let one of your mob handle this job?
After what they done to my pal, Ricky, I wanted to get him personal.
Just a minute. Your Honor, I object. Objection's overruled. Proceed.
Rusty, I want you to meet Mr. Martin. We got a little job for you. It'll net you $1,000 on the side.
What is it?
You're going to be called as a witness. You're going to testify that on April the 17th, shortly before noon, I drove into the service station on the Post Road, and you sold me 10 gallons of gas. You get that?
Better have a reason why he remembers it was the 17th.
Yeah. It was your birthday. No, it was your old lady's birthday. I gave you $1 tip, and you got her a bunch of flowers with it. Them steps on the jury will fall for that line of mush.
Order in the court.
Order in the court!
X-ray, Louis Joe, pound jelly. Read all about it. Child killer, pound jelly. X-ray, Pepper. X-ray. Get out of it. Popcorn, peanut.
Davy, look.
Markey's brilliant coup wins victory. Gangster's own voice proclaims his guilt.
He's won. He's found himself.
I suppose you'll be going back now?
No, I'm afraid not. You see, I made my bed, and I must lie in it.
You regret it?
What do you think?
Don't be a fool. Go back.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Hello, Mrs. Riley. Is your husband home from the hospital yet?
Not yet, but we expect him soon.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank you so very much.
Jim. Jim.
I've come for charity, too.
Hey, buddy, move on. This ain't all the home week.
Says you.
Jim.
Oh, no. What is this?